I always say you have to start with consciousness. So even if you have a desire or even indication of what you want to change, if you try to change it from the same place that created it, right? Your negative beliefs or thoughts that you have about yourself or your environment or your life or what you're deserving of, as much as you hope and desire for change, you're not really going to be effective, which again is why 9% is only effective in it, right? So, it's kind of like if you're walking around with heavy luggage all the time, it has rocks inside of it. How do you let go of it? You simply just decide not to carry it along for the ride. So I agree 1,000%. And I teach this a lot when I work on one-on-one with people. You first must start there. Know who you are, know what you believe. And if a thought doesn't serve you, you must stop that first because the behavior just follows the thought.
And I'd like to add 2 points to that. One, exactly as you said, that to think that you can stay with the old baggage and become a new you, that's silly. One of the great sad indications of this is, as I'm sure many of us know, that the percentage of people who go to rehab and are actually successful, the numbers, I've seen different statistics on this, but the numbers are tiny. So it's less than 10% of people who go through rehab and are able to whatever addiction they had to completely remove it from their lives. And I think a lot of that has to do with the work that has to be done, not just in desiring and even making plans for a better me moving forward, but really delving deeply into the consciousness, thoughts, past that is holding us back. As a complete aside, one of the things I know that you and I are very excited of in this coming year, we're working on developing a spiritual program for those who are going through recovery, which is very exciting because, as we just said, without deeply delving into oneself and really coming to terms and understanding and actively leaving behind limiting thoughts of guilt, all the things that we all know about ourselves, but don't often take the time to work on, to actively work on. So, like you said, that idea that there's no way I'm going to be a new me, a better me, if I am not actively in this time excising from my life certain beliefs, emotions, baggage. Related to that, I would say, is that while it's beautiful, and I do hope that our listeners, while they're listening to this podcast, maybe with their friends on New Year's Eve, sitting around making these lists, thinking about these ideas, this is not something that happens like that. You can listen, you can be inspired in a minute and even make a list. The work of removing certain beliefs is not easy.